today we're going to be talking about Chris Brown, Chrisean rocking Blueface, Travis Scott, and Glorilla. Okay, we're going to talk about these people. They have been trending for a couple of days now. Blueface and Chrisean, these two are always in the media for the BS, okay, which is arguments, fighting each other, just being unstable, okay, very stable, okay. Now, they are famous, they are rich, whatever you want to call it, but it's off of the bull and the nonsense, as we all know, and it's definitely showing people that this is not what you want in life, but of course they do it for the clout, for sure. Maybe she really does love him, or maybe he really is, they really are acting this crazy because this is just who they are, and maybe they are meant for each other. I don't know, I don't really care. Anywho, they want to have a baby. I guess that she is pregnant. Yeah, she's pregnant, and they're gonna have a baby, and Chrisean Rock wants to name the baby after Blueface. Okay, she wants to name the baby Blueface number 2, Blueface Jr. Okay, that's what she wants to name the baby. And yet the world is, of course, they're not believing it, because they're like, we can't believe that Chrisean is really going to have a baby, and at this time of her life where it's toxic, but I guess that's what she wants, okay? So Blueface and Chrisean appeared on Mike Tyson's podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, where he asked Blueface, so do you like it when Chrisean beats on you? And of course, you know, he's going to say no. No, I don't like when Chrisean does that. It's just kind of weird. I'm not feeling it. I don't know why we do it. So Chrisean is pretty much like, well, everybody's just in our business anyway. I don't understand why it's anybody's concern, right? But what she doesn't understand is that, ma'am, you realize you're about to have a child, right? You're about to have a baby. And you guys are physically fighting here. You guys are damaging the reputation for the child and yourself, okay? But right now, the media is giving them like a pass, it almost seems to be. Like, it's okay. Like, go ahead and be a fool. Go ahead and have this crazy struggle love mentality of, let's fight to make up. Let's show young folks that it's okay to fight and make up and have a baby on top of toxic shit, right? That's pretty much the image that they are giving to the media. Let's be real, right? Okay, so Blueface and Chrisean are just really, it seems like Blueface is more so, I don't like this type of energy, but Chrisean, it's kind of like, well, this is the way I express myself, whether you like it or not. Like, it's either, it is what it is. Accept it. And that's what it is. And she also wants to name the new baby after Blueface. She wants to name the baby after Blueface, even though, you know, they're struggling with a lot of insecurities right now in their relationship. Especially with Little Baby inboxing Chrisean and Rick Ross taking a picture with Chrisean at the Super Bowl. It was a problem, okay? It was a problem. And you want to name your child after toxic mess, okay? That's what I don't understand. You want to name your child after someone that does fight you, okay? You fight him too. It doesn't matter who's wrong or who's right. You guys are putting your hands on each other. You're not ready. You're just not. I'm sorry. You're not. You guys need to go to more therapy or something and not be so defensive when someone is trying to tell you the truth. So Mike Tyson had to tell them, like, hey, my wife and I were married and we used to drink, right? We used to drink. But we had to stop drinking because it led to us fighting. And we all know that that's the main reason, and how they end up fighting and getting into it with people that interview them or the world is because when they drink, especially Chrisean, it's toxic. We know this. We got to get our mental together before we decide to have children, before we decide to take people serious or give people a chance in our lives. We have to get our mind together, okay? You definitely have to make sure that things are in order and you don't lead a way for your baby to be stressed when it does come, because it's going to be stressed and take after you too. Chris Brown has been labeled as aggressive and an angry black man. Not only that, some people are saying he did what he had to do. He had to have the job completed, because Chris Brown decides that he wants to throw his fans' phone into the crowd because the young lady wanted to record herself while she was on stage and Chris Brown was doing his thing. Okay, he was pretty much like, okay, you're not paying attention to me. I'm just gonna have to show you what I'm capable of doing. Did you forget? I'm Chris Breezy. Did you forget? Let me show y'all. Take a look at this clip, guys. Apparently, this is not the first time he pretty much told her while she was on stage with him to put your phone up. She just kept having her phone out, like, you know, just like she's texting, like just being straight disrespectful. Now, as we know, Chris is a legend. I don't care what nobody say. Chris Brown is that guy. He definitely is, okay? So when Chris Brown invites a fan on stage with him, it's important, guys. It's definitely important because Chris Brown is charging $1,000 to even take just basic photos with him. For him to invite you on stage free of charge, okay, free of charge, and you are on your phone the whole time as if it does not excite you, you're disrespectful. Now, granted, maybe she was, new. Maybe she never heard of Chris Brown. Maybe she was just a new girl on the block that this is her first Chris Brown concert, first time she's ever heard of Chris Brown. Either way, it's still disrespectful. Because I know you paid a little penny to even go to the concert, darling. For you to have your phone out and film Mr. Chris while he's trying to give you the ding-a-ding-a-ding 3000 on stage. Y'all see the picture. You see it. You just totally ignored this man, okay? You wanted him to chase you. That's what you wanted. You thought he was some random. He said, this ain't that. This is not that. You either going to enjoy me or you going to enjoy your phone being in the crowd, okay? He had to prove his point. He didn't Rihanna her ass, no, but he did Rihanna her property, okay? He definitely did that. Now, let's just hope her phone was not cracked. Yet they did find the phone in the crowd after the concert, okay? So Chris Brown threw your phone in the crowd and you had to wait until everybody left to find your cell phone. Isn't that some humor, okay? You had to wait. He said, okay, after you get off this stage, you're definitely going to be paying attention to me because your phone is nowhere to be found at this moment, okay? Listen, people, when we go to concerts, and people invite us on stage, they're giving us an opportunity to be seen or to just enjoy them in the physical. Honey, you have to enjoy the moments, okay? Don't be that girl. Do not be that girl that is not enjoying Mr. Brown, because Mr. Brown does not play. He does not play about his concerts, okay? In his time. Don't play with Chris Breezy, okay? Speaking of throwing phones and damaging people's property, Travis Scott. Yes. Travis Scott. We haven't heard about Travis Scott in a little bit, but Travis Scott has 2-in-1 incidents going on in his life today. Travis Scott, according to TMZ, let's read the article. Travis Scott is under fire for yet another incident that unfolded just minutes before he allegedly punched a sound engineer in the face. Okay? In the face. This time, he's accused of tossing a fan's phone, and a lawsuit could possibly be coming soon to the TV near you. All right. In the video that TMZ end up getting, they see Travis Scott behind the DJ booth in New York City as he's performing as a surprise DJ. It appears that Travis doesn't appreciate a man with his cell phone filming him while he's spinning some records. Okay, that's when Travis snatches the cell phone, and then the owner of the cell phone says that Travis actually tossed it, striking him in the head and cracking the screen of the phone. So once that happened, they offered the man a free table, a bottle to help him with the situation and the problems, to pretty much brush it under the rug as if, hey, accept the free table for tonight. That should pay for the damages. Pretty much is kind of how it sounds. However, he decided to lawyer up. He says he plans to file a police report and a civil lawsuit to Travis Scott for the damages that he has. Okay. Also, 3 a.m. that Wednesday, the cops were called. Travis Scott allegedly hitting the sound engineer on the face. And he pretty much destroyed up to $12,000 in video and speaker equipment. Okay, this is what the sound engineer said. The sound engineer spoke with Fox 5 News and he's in the hospital, claiming to have suffered from neck injuries from Travis Scott. Okay. Travis has been named a suspect by the NYPD in an assault and criminal mischief investigation. Okay. Telling us that he alleged by the sound engineer is clearly a misunderstanding being blown out of proportion. Okay. For clickbait and misinformation. So they're pretty much saying that this is all a lie. This man just wants some coin, okay? This man just wants some coin for some brand new equipment, pretty much. Now listen, Travis, I seen the video of you moving the man's phone out the way, okay, at the DJ booth. I did see that video. Now him hurting the sound engineer and beating him up, I don't know. I didn't see that video. But let's just hope that Travis understands something. Buddy, you're losing money. The concert that you have for Asteroid, all that, you already paying a pretty big penny for that. Now you have to pay for some cell phones. Hopefully Chris Brown doesn't have to do that. But you have to pay for some damages to a cell phone and some equipment. Now, the thing that gets me is, people like to lie, Travis, and you have a big name, and people like to fake an injury, or people just want some money. It's a struggle right now. We're struggling here, okay? So you have to understand, when you're dealing with society, people, they're going to try their best to get as much out of you as possible. This man says he has a neck injury, sir. He has a neck injury, sir. They believe that you were the aggressor, okay? They believe that you really did this because you already had been seen on camera pushing the phone out of your face, okay? Travis, we got to be more careful. You don't want to keep embarrassing the Jenners, okay? And the Kardashians, okay? Whichever one they go by. Stop embarrassing yourself, okay? The thing is, there's better ways to deal with things. There's so much better ways to deal with conflict than damaging people's property. Okay? Than putting your hands on anybody. Because people need that bread, Travis. You know it. So let's do better. Let's do better, Travis Scott. And hopefully everything works out for you. Hopefully you don't go to jail for this. Hopefully something good happens for you. And Chris, okay, because we don't know what's going to happen with Chris Brown's situation. But we do hope that things work out for you, okay, Travis, because you have a lot of lawsuits at this moment. Big Glow, a.k.a. Glorilla Hallelujah, Glory Hallelujah, which is her real name. Gorilla's bodyguard says that he was fired, kicked to the curb, received that pink slip because he was not violent enough, okay? He was not aggressive enough for Glorilla. He was not doing his job correctly, okay? Glorilla says that he should have beat that ant when she threw that cup of water at her face at her concert. Glorilla's former bodyguard says he was fired because he refused to go back inside of the venue and beat up an angry fan who threw water at Glorilla's face. That's assault. The bodyguard says, I got her out of there safely. I did my job, says the bodyguard. But as far as go over there and whoop that MFers butt, oh no, I ain't going over there to whoop nobody. If they was in front of your face and they did that stuff, I would have beat the brakes off of that telltale. This is what he says, okay? He says that Glorilla questioned his faithfulness to her. She questioned, who are you? Who am I? What am I paying you for if you can't do your job? This is the same girl that offered some people on the internet $500 a week to be her assistant. I wonder how much she's paying that bodyguard to be her bodyguard. I wonder, okay? Or I wonder if Yo Gotti put her up to this as far as firing him. Let's just say the bodyguard did walk back into the venue and did what he had to do to the young ladies that threw water at Glorilla. He would have been facing charges, babe. He would have been the one getting sued. And then not only would he been the one getting sued, you guys would have got sued as well because he works for you. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, Gorilla, I feel you. Now, if she was literally that close to where literally like he could reach, okay, yeah, but he wasn't. He cannot lose his license or have an assault charge back on him, because at the end of the day, Gorilla, you are not in that same position you used to be back in the day, where you could just fight people because they doing what they got to do. Now people are literally looking for a bag, babe. People want you to hit them because they want to get that bag. Look at Travis Scott. Look at Chris Brown. Okay? They want the bag, baby, and they know you got it to pay. You do not want any lawsuits early on in your career. Why can't you just sue the chick that threw the water on you? Hit that girl's pocket. Hit her pockets. She the one who threw water on you. Why fire him? But hey, everyone has their own point of view. Everybody sees different things from different perspectives. So I don't know. Maybe, she just been wanting to fire him. Maybe there's other things that he's done that led up to this, to where he can't be trusted as her bodyguard, maybe. But it's sad that he lost his position as being her bodyguard. Hopefully things work out for him. Hopefully he finds a new job somewhere, working, making more money. Okay. But at the same time, Gorilla, you got to think, babe. You got to think before you start firing folks. Now, of course, you're not going to put your ego down and rehire him, even if you are considered to be wrong in this situation. We know you're not. We already know that you're not going to do that. Most people don't. Their egos are too big. Hey, I'm Gorilla. I work with Yo Gotti. I don't have to apologize to nobody. It's the way that people live their life. Now, Gorilla, be careful, because then nobody's gonna want to work for you. And then you might hire the wrong folks and they do real damage, and then it's over for you in your career. Okay. So let's be more wise, people. We have to think before we take action, before we try firing folks, before we have our own opinion on what they should do. Think about what could happen to them if they were to do something to defend you. All right. All right, people. Thanks again for tuning into Undertake Media. I am your host once again, Shãlay Starz, and we will be back with another video very soon. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that share button. And stay tuned for the next underground gossip here on Undertake Media.